Well, welcome back. If you have not made it over to Ally Village Shopping Center, you are definitely missing out. Now, boxed in, they have the cutest apparel for children of all ages. I'm excited. We are with the owner this morning, Rachel Howard, and she's letting us know what to expect when we come into the store. This is a new space in Midland that we have been waiting for. So good morning, Rachel. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about what we can expect when we come into the Boxed In.
Well, we carry kids' clothing, so we start at ages 2T and we go up to about a 16. And so we have things both for boy and girl. We have your classic apparel as well as some more fun and funky things, especially on the preteen and teen side for girls. And then we also have some preppy things as well, and then lots of gifts and accessories. I have two boys, and I've always loved fashion myself, but once I became a mom, I definitely kind of projected that onto my kids. And once we moved to Midland about 7 years ago, I realized there wasn't anywhere to shop for kind of your older kids. There's definitely the baby market is kind of covered here in Midland, but there wasn't anything when you got into those older ages. And so that's when I kind of had the idea of opening Boxed In here in Midland, just to provide another outlet for people to shop instead of traveling to kind of suit that need, which is what I was doing. I was going back to my hometown in Fort Worth and always doing all my shopping there instead of giving those tax dollars back to the Midland community. So that's kind of where that decision came from.
You know, I've tried retail before. I have tried and fell on my big fat face. And it's harder than it looks, right? When did you decide to take that launch, and what have you found to be the most difficult?
I think the launch my decision that I made to do it was when my youngest was in kindergarten, and I found myself having so much time that I didn't know what to do with myself. So I wanted to do something that involved my kids, but that also brought back something to the community. I would say the biggest challenge that I didn't really think about from the retail side of things was how to manage inventory, how to figure out how much to buy. The seasons are definitely different. Retail is very unpredictable. This year's been particularly challenging because of the COVID and having to shut the store, and people's buying habits and needs change so much. And so really, I think it varies from day to day, month to month, and year to year, definitely by the seasons. And being a single business owner is a lot of responsibility. So there are lots of different challenges, whether it be from a technical perspective, inventory, unexpected changes in the market. There's just a whole lot there that I didn't necessarily think about. So it's definitely been a very big learning curve.
Well, you're doing great.
So many women find when their kids are in school, when they've started their own little lives with their friends and all, the mom is sitting at home thinking, what have I been doing for myself for the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years? And every time I get to a place where I feel like, you know what, am I over my head? Am I trying to do too much? Should I just stay home and be a mom? People like you bring me back to, where I need to be. And that is, at someday, these kids are going to have their own lives, right? Yeah. At someday they're going to go on, they're going to go to school, they're going to all these things. And so I love that you found something for you because that time was there. And that's
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I wanted it to have something to do with the kids still. That way it was kind of a good mix that I felt like at least I was doing something that involved my kids that they could get excited about too, instead of it being something, in a different facet of retail. Okay, so I would say my biggest recommendation that I've actually am going through right now. So we have a website. But when we launched our website and our store 2 years ago, we weren't thinking from the perspective that we had to sell online. But I think from what I've learned with everything that's happened unexpectedly this last year, you have to have an online presence. Right now, if you want to buy something from Boxed In, You can through Instagram, but it's all through direct messaging instead of being able to shop directly with the platform and, clicking on the shopping bag and things like that. But we recognize that was such a need when the storefronts do have to close down. And so many people throughout Texas want to shop at our store without being able to be in West Texas.
Well, coming up next, everyone will need the service, whether you are, like Miss Rachel and you have your own store, or if you're a real estate agent like Kelsey. We all need a photographer. So coming up next, Chelsea West, she is sharing how to get that one shot. Coming up next.